Good evening, everyone. So, welcome to this orientation program on Canada as a study destination. Students and parents who are watching us, we have been sending students for last almost 8 9 years to top universities in Canada. And today, I'm really happy to bring two very good universities. So, their representatives are here with us, and they'll be joining in shortly. So, what is the intention today? We'll understand about one Canada as a study destination. Second, what kind of universities are there? What courses? How do we go about building up a career, a solid career, a global career right out of Canada? And then, of course, there might be questions around immigration, around this thing, which we'll take on. Also, if you study there, which other countries can we move to? How can we go about building up our career? So, we'll discuss everything in detail. In the starting, what I would like to share is that, hey, uh, the universities, the top universities, and I personally visited most of them, are amazing universities. University of Toronto with three campuses, UBC with two campuses, then University of Waterloo, which is a very, very large co-op university. And then, of course, we have York University, McGill, Montreal, and a couple of others. So we'll discuss all this. Maybe if you can put up my PPT, I think I'd like to share this presentation with all of you, a small PPT. Next. Yeah, next, please. So yes, I was talking about universities. So Canada also, you would notice co-op program really works out at a lot of universities. So a co-op is where initially you study, a typical trimester system, but subsequently it is study, then work, then study, then work. So I have students who literally who have enjoyed co-op. Why co-op? Because you get an opportunity to work, in top places across the world. So last I saw, we'll check it again. University of Waterloo had tied up with 7,100 companies all over the world. Yes. So in between, I would go and maybe I can work in US, I can go and work in Europe, I can go and work in UK or wherever, wherever I want to. So that is the fun of co-op, and all the students come back and share that the learning was great. They were able to add a lot of value. They could see theories in action. They could uh, they could bring about a change and so on. Next, please. So a lot of people who go to Canada, definitely engineering, computer science, or specialized courses like AI, ML, cloud computing, data analytics. So these are in pretty good demand. And some universities are really, really ranked highly. Like UBC is ranked 34th globally. Similarly, business, MBA is pretty popular. Rotman is ranked 17th globally. Uh, if I look at other areas than health sciences, directly going for programs in finance right after 12th is something which people look forward to. Also, beyond this, again, there are people who go in for combinations. So I have students who've gone for environmental management. I have there's a course one of my students is doing earth, water, and environmental sciences. Uh, I have a student who's gone for BA. This is global business and design. So combination of management and design. University of Waterloo. 16 papers in business one undertakes. Next, please. So a lot of people also ask at this stage. So maybe you're in 11th grade or you've just entered 12th. So how do I strategize? How do I build up myself? One, of course, the earlier you start, the better it is. So today people start off with our profile building programs from ninth class onwards. So they'll join in ninth or 10th, or I mean they'll keep on building up. So even if you're in 11th or 12th, it's not late. Anytime is the right time to start. Why? Because in a focused way, if you take on activities, if you have built up your CV, you are ready for a top university. So what do I do for profile building? Uh, so every year I'm surprised by what our students are able to achieve. This year, for the first time, 15 of our students have, they have filed a patent, and these are design patents which have been filed. So 15 students have patents on their CV. Almost all students take up research papers, one, two, three, So having a research paper and then getting it published in an international journal is something which adds a lot of value. Also, you get clear about that area which you are thinking of, a social project, participation in your school or college activities, internships. So all these things will come in your profile. Some of you are very active in sports or theater or dance, so that also contributes. So having built up your profile, or maybe it's an ongoing process. Second step, research and universities and programs. Uh, a lot of people come to us very blank. So even if you're approaching an education consultant, uh, you need to do your own research. You need to kind of go there and engage with them, take ideas, go back, research, and back and forth, and then finalize that, hey, these are my universities, these are the kind of programs I'm looking at, and a timeline. So I'll complete this thing in next 1 month. Maybe I have to give an IELTS exam, maybe this. So everything I'll develop a timeline. And of course, you can take help from a specialist in case you have interest. I mean, we help a lot of students apply not only to Canada, but to various countries like US, UK, Australia, Netherlands, Finland. This year, one of my students will be going to Japan. We have students in Prague, Germany, France, and so on. Next. These are some students who got in. So UBC, Ryan. Next, please. We went in for a management course, University of Waterloo. This is that honors arts and business program I was speaking about. A very good combination, for somebody who has a lot of interest on design and is very creative. A business and design course is an ideal way to boost your career. Why? You can do your own startup, you can work with companies, you can work with very large companies, you can work with smaller startups, and then you can build up. This is Dia McMaster. She got computer science. Next. These are all our students who have been. Dia also got York University. Next. Toronto, University of Toronto. Next. Yeah, great. So now, having done the basics, if you have any question, you can ask me right now. And otherwise, I will just remove. We can just see if some people. Oh, I like to welcome Sita ma'am also from University of Waterloo.
Hi
Good to
everyone.
have. Hi, good to have you with us.
Hi.
And we just started some
Sorry
time
I'm
back.
late.
You're absolutely at the right time. So I just started. I was
Okay.
just giving them a small brief about Canada, but I think both of you are very well placed. And since Priyanka joined in first, I'll quickly start with her. So Priyanka, tell me, like, first of all, why Canada? I mean, what is it that attracts a lot of Indian students to Canada in the first place, and what is happening on the ground level, and how should one look at this journey?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. Hi, Sita. Good evening. Good to see you as well. Well, talking about Canada, there are so many different opportunities that Canada offers to their students. Of course, we know about the high quality of education and the infrastructure that they bring to the table, where, like you mentioned, there are so many diverse institutions that bring across to the table world class programs. And most of them support research and hands on or experiential learning just as much as they value the academic learning. There are so many options that we provide to students as well. So, whatever they anticipate or expect to learn. So, in Canada, if you are interested in music and engineering, you don't really have to make a choice between the two if your university offers them. You can actually pick and choose and curate your courses and make them absolutely in the way that you aspire your career to look like. Of course, we know about the diversity in Canada, where we also have always encouraged international students to come in. It's always been a welcoming environment with diverse cultures, a multicultural society developing around it. So, of course, Canada has always been one of those destinations that students have looked out for and continue to look out for at this time as well. Talking about the current scenario, yes, there have been some changes in the political agendas. There have been certain policy changes as well. But if we think about it from the student perspective and how they are looking at Canada as an option, what I would like to emphasize on and highlight is that they are still looking for students with the knowledge, skills, and ability. So for those students who are looking at Canada as an option, there is still affordability of tuition fee. There are work opportunities after their graduation as well. And of course, they're looking at students who are bringing to the table the right set of knowledge, skills, and abilities to build their career and support the economic structure in Canada if they are planning to continue on over there. So yes, there are changes, but there are positive changes as well. And there we are still encouraging students to come and be a part of Canadian institutions. And I'm sure Sita would also, support me in saying the same.
Great, great. Sita, any comments you would like to share on the same thing?
Yeah, I just want to add two things. The first thing I would like to focus on, which more than being a marketing person for a university, I'm also a parent who sent a child to study abroad. So I'm talking about return on investment, which is basically Canada has the option for students to pick a university based on their budget, which can be as less as $15,000 a year. I'm talking tuition fee, going all the way up to $70,000 to $75,000. So that that uh, platform that you get to pick a university based on your budget is a fantastic thing, but does not dilute the quality of education, because most of our universities are publicly funded universities. So as long as you're picking a public university, you know that the quality of education meets certain standards, because of which it is being funded by the government or the province. So you get the quality of education based on the amount of money you want to spend. There are also options in certain provinces where you can do something called an associated degree, which is basically completing 2 years of your actual degree in a college and then transferring to a university like maybe even UBC, and completing the final 2 years. So you have actually cut down your expense by half, and then still graduating from a university like UBC. So this is the return on investment. And then your stay back option, where irrespective of which program you're studying, you will still be allowed to stay back for 3 years, during which time you have the opportunity to earn that money, whatever you've spent. So that is one of the reasons I wanted to highlight. The second thing, I feel that this is literally the best time to go to Canada. The government has recognized that there are some challenges which has been reported in many newspapers in India about the economic meltdown, about jobs not being available, about a housing crisis, everything. But now that they have put a cap which doesn't affect universities like York and Waterloo and UBCs and Toronto's, because we have already, the amount of visas we have been allotted is way more than what we actually admit every year. So it is not going to affect quality students who are genuinely going there to study and get a fantastic degree. So your visa is not going to get affected. But what the positive thing will be, by the time you graduate, that is 4 years from now, you will be in an environment where the problem doesn't exist. Like the housing crisis will be taken care of by then, the jobs will be available, and Canada will be in a very good situation. So I think these steps were necessary, and they are very much pro students. So I feel that whatever the way it has been interpreted is slightly skewed. So you need to look at it in the right perspective, and it's a great thing that the Canadian government has done, making sure that genuinely interested students are coming to Canada.
Great, great. So I think let's get into university specific this thing. And I remember this was 2018, and I was uh, I was moving around Toronto. I did visit University of Toronto, York, and I went to Waterloo, where I distinctly remember there was a Punjabi gentleman, and I had lunch in the you have a kind of a food thing where there are a couple of outlets, and
Yeah.
good wholesome food, just like it felt just like home, I would say, and a good quantity of food also. So so yeah, let's try to understand that what is it that Priyanka, what is it that York University stands for? Why do people come to York? What are the top courses? Uh, what kind of jobs opportunity do they get after it? So, uh, anything about your university?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to share about York that York University is one of the first universities that came with the idea of providing equal education to everyone. And that is where we started introducing courses such as Black Studies and African Studies as well, so that everyone could learn about their history and culture and then capitalize on the issues that they are facing. So, of course, we also provide the programs which are the most popular ones, which are computer science, engineering. The Lassonde School of Engineering at York is known for its innovative approach, and they are the only school in Canada that provides a space engineering program as well. Our computer science program is very coveted, and a lot of students aspire to join our programs. And we also offer specializations to students who are interested in software development, cybersecurity, and UI UX as well. In terms of business, everyone's heard of the Schulich School of Business. They're popular for their MBA program, but their BBA program is equally coveted. And Schulich has always been known for its global perspective. Now, students who come to Schulich also are learning about what marketing in today's day and age looks like in comparison to what traditional marketing or sales looked at as well. They get opportunities to work with various companies through their internship programs, and they also get the opportunity to learn while they are studying. Now, when we talk about Schulich or business as a program at York, which is one of the most popular programs that we've noticed, we also offer variations of the business program in terms of business and society or business and law, depending on which career aspiration the child is looking to fulfill. So if they're looking at public policy, we have courses for those that will set up the foundation. If you're looking at law, we are doing the pre-law courses as well. And the Osgood School of Law is ranked as some of the best law colleges in Canada. And of course, we have our liberal art programs that, I cannot speak enough about them because there is such a diverse range of opportunities that students can choose from through the liberal arts and professional studies, that whether you're looking at specializations in psychology, sociology, English, political science, economics, information technology, we have more than 150 undergraduate programs that students can choose from, and also, of course, make major and minor combinations within them. And that's
So
just the programs.
I would just like to ask that the programs like business management programs. So which programs I can do without maths? I specifically get this query that hey, I don't have maths and I want to go to Canada. So which are the programs I can do without maths? And later on, also, is there some, do I face something negative if I don't have maths, or like my life is good?
It's always preferable to have maths because we look at math as a mandatory requirement across most of the science programs. So if you're looking at doing your BSc or a BTech, it is always preferable to have math. Now, in case a student has dropped out of math, say that they've taken a commerce stream program where they haven't chosen math, we do offer bridge courses through the OSSD, and York has its own math program as well that we offer that a student can complete and then be eligible to apply. But of course, it is always preferable that a student has math if they're looking at any science related program or a management related program as well. But we've also been mindful of the fact that not everyone chooses math after their 10th grade, and there are alternate options to choose for.
So this business and society, I believe you can apply without maths also.
Yes.
Business and
Any
society.
program that falls under the liberal arts program, which is your business and governance, your business and society, you can apply without math.
Fair enough. Will I still get same opportunities like people who are doing a business program who are more in the commerce faculty, or would there be a distinction?
Not at all. You know what really is different is the nomenclature or the degree that you come out with at the end of the day. Because students have the opportunity to enroll for courses as per their preference. And all the core courses, whether you're looking at BBA or say a business and society, the core courses continue to remain the same. So a lot of the classes that these students would attend would be shared classes as well. So it really isn't about the nomenclature of the degree that they come out with, because the academic rigor and the quality of education and the opportunities that they get in the market would be at par with any specific business school.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So University of Waterloo, I've really shown, I mean, thousands of students this program, particular program, which is design plus global business, which I feel is a wonderful option. And again, Sita ma'am, a lot of options which I think exist at Waterloo in a big way. I also remember accounting and biotechnology, which I have not seen anywhere. So
Yeah, biotechnology with a CPA. It's for some
the
strange reason.
CPA.
I still don't know why they have that combination.
No, I understand the reason. Somehow, I'm pretty active in the startup scene in India, and I network with TIE and a couple of others. So if I am, today bio entrepreneurs. In fact, today only TIE mail I got, and they are talking about there's a special program to build up bio entrepreneurship in India as well as all over the world. After Corona, the investments have grown significantly in bio-based ventures. So if for students and parents who are listening, if you do a search on medical startups in India, you will realize that in the last 3 4 years, more than 250 startups have come with amazing funding. Like Beat-O is a company. So Beat-O helps people with diabetes manage their diabetes by using smartphone technologies. So Beat-O got 400 CR in funding. So there are genetic counseling firms. I mean, the bio scene is crazy. The bio entrepreneurship scene is crazy. So I would imagine that's why. So that's why I think University of Waterloo already has such a program, and
Yeah.
I do earn my daily bread and sometimes butter or whatever. I mean, yeah, butter on top or tofu on top, whatever, by highlighting a lot of innovative programs. So, Sita, ma'am, what would you like to speak about University of Waterloo? Any unique programs and the entire experience? If we can share, like, why University of Waterloo?
So if you Google the question, what is University of Waterloo most famous for? It is going to throw out computer science, math, and engineering.
Right.
So that somehow students just stop at that. But what we do have is we have three other very, very large, faculties. Environment is a faculty which is a very unique faculty, focusing on degrees related to sustainability and resource management and things like that. We have a very large faculty of arts, where, of course, it's like a liberal arts program where math is not required for 90% of the programs under faculty of art. A very popular program, a lot of students apply for, is a program called Arts and Business, where they don't need math. So you do still study components of business which doesn't require math. So you'll do your marketing, HR, sales, but no finance. And you can club it along with any major under the Faculty of Arts, which is like maybe do psychology and business, or do economics and business, or legal studies and business. So a lot of wonderful combinations. Then, of course, our science faculty has come into the limelight after Donna Sturkren won the Nobel Prize for Physics. She was a woman who broke the glass ceiling after 55 years of women not being considered for any science related Nobel Prizes. So that started getting a lot of funding for research and all that. So there are a lot of unique programs at University of Waterloo, but we are very, very proud of our Faculty of Mathematics. And many people may not know this, that math is generally in 90% of universities a department under a faculty. So even the topmost universities like MIT or Stanford and all the Ivy League schools will have math as a department under the Faculty of Science or Faculty of Arts. But we are a standalone faculty, which means that we have research funding of more than $30 million, 250 full-time math professors and teaching associates, 45 different majors, and almost 8,000 students in the faculty at any point of time. Alumni of close to 40K around 160 different countries. So if anybody in the audience out there loves mathematics and you want to know what you can do with a degree in mathematics beyond just, the with all, I mean, a lot of respect in my heart. I know math teachers are fantastic, but they are underpaid. We cannot ignore that fact. So parents are worried that if my child likes math and does a degree in math, what will he be? Will he be a math teacher or professor? The answer today is no, because math literally controls everything in our lives today. We are totally data driven. So if you love mathematics, there's so much you can do. Math is applied in medicine, math is applied in space, math is applied in climate change, every possible way. So I would like to highlight our math faculty. And if there are any questions, you can always write to Mr. Chavla and
So
he'll direct
I
that
just
to me. And
great,
yes,
great.
sir.
I just remembered. So I had this a former naval officer. I mean, this gentleman retired from Navy, and he retired slightly early with some this thing. And he was here in New Friends Colony, and he used to teach students SAT also. And he had a background in supply chain management. So he went to drop, and we helped his child secure admission, and he went to drop his child to Simon Fraser University, and he decided to stay back for like 1.5 months, uh, and just to loll around and have a nice time, travel. So he was there, and fourth day somehow he met. He kept on talking to his navy and army circles, defense circles, and fourth day he gets a call from somewhere, and then sixth day he had an interview, and he was offered a job in supply chain management by a chain of warehouses. He joined. Uh, in the next 6 months, he got an offer from Amazon, level six, and he got a job there. So what you're saying is absolutely. I mean, after maths, operations research, after maths, even fuzzy logic, AI. AI actually the genesis is from. Like, fuzzy logic has
Math.
been there for so many years now. The name AI has been given. So, in fact, a lot of people after maths get into areas like econometrics, finance, so data analysis. So, if I am a specialist in statistics, I can build up on any kind of analysis. So,
Yeah.
huge career opportunities. So, great, great. I was also wondering, like, is there can I take a combination where we can do like tech and business? I want to specialize in tech and business. So can I take that up? And any
At
specific need for
Waterloo,
it?
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we already have a program called Finance and Computing. Actually, Computing and Finance. It's called CFM. So we already have a pre-made degree where computing and finance go hand in hand. But we also offer under the Faculty of Math programs like mathematical finance, mathematical economics. So a lot of such combinations are already available. And yes, math and technology is a great combination for students who don't want to be too mathematical or too technical.
Great. Great. So I've got two questions. I think Priyanka, if you can take first one by Bhavya. How's the job market after post graduation in Canada?
Well, the job market after post graduation, like Sita rightly said, that we do offer up to 3 years of study work permits after someone has graduated with a full time degree in Canada. So that anyone who's completed more than 18 months at 3 years, I'm sorry, they get a visa that is between 18 months to 3 years to work in Canada and sectors like healthcare, data analytics, AI. If you talk about business, these are booming sectors still in Canada where there are a lot of requirements. Of course, with infrastructural growth and development that's happening all across Canada, urban planning and regional planning, if those are certain things that you study with, there's a lot of vacancy and opportunities for students to become a part of the ongoing society and avail jobs in these sectors as well. So the job market post your graduation is great. There are still a lot of opportunities, but then again, you have to be mindful of which region in Canada you are in, what sort of jobs you're looking out for, and if you have the right background for it as well. So something that we encourage students right from the beginning is to make sure that they have an idea of at least what they would like their career to look like and start working in that direction. So if you're looking at working in, say, tech or business and getting into marketing or computer science, and your entire profile's built around MUNs or public speaking, that just highlights a certain aspect of your profile. What we encourage students, especially at York, why we do look at your academics primarily, we encourage students to also start working in a direction or start doing internships, certifications, and other online courses that can supplement what their career goals are, that therefore help them seek out jobs and get them there in Canada.
Great, great. So we got another question. I think it is for Sita. For you. What are the subject combination required for someone who wants to pursue Bachelor of Environment Science or Sustainability? Is maths mandatory for all environment-related courses?
No, math is not mandatory for all programs. So I don't have the entire list of programs with me in front of me. I
No.
know that environment and business doesn't need math. Anything with the word science, if it is environmental science, then you will need math. But if it is, I think the sustainability and resource management doesn't need it, but I'm not sure. So I would not like to comment on something I'm not 100% sure. But not all programs under Faculty of Environment need math, that's for sure.
Fair enough. So I've got another question. So what specific resources and support systems are available at your universities to help international students, settle in? And some children are very young. I mean, they're hardly 18 years of age. So unlike a lot of other countries where children even pursue, like they might take a gap in between, but Indian students typically, there are students as young as even at times below 18 also who are going in and trying to settle in, or 18 at least. So what kind of resources or support system are available at the universities? If you can highlight that, please.
You want me to
So,
take that question or?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think, see, our university specifically is very undergrad focused. Like more than 75% of the student population on campus they are all undergrad students, and we are aware of the fact that they are 17 and 18. So for one, we guarantee on-campus accommodation for all first-year students, provided they apply for it before the deadline. So you will be able to stay on campus. We do provide for all kind of food, whether you are specifically halal or you need kosher, you are a vegan, vegetarian, Jain food. So all options are available. You need to specify to your, eating place that what are your requirements. Then we also have options where if you prefer to cook on your own because you are very specific about your dietary requirements, then we also have options of residences where that is provided. Every residence will have an upper year student who we call dons, who are there basically to take anything you need in the building. You can always reach out to them. We have like a mental health wellness center on campus, a dispensary on campus for health related issues. So whether you're mentally in a gray spot one morning, or you have any physical ailments, you are free to walk into those clinics. They're all covered by the insurance, so you don't have to worry about paying them. Then we also have on-campus police, Waterloo's own, municipality police, or the town police is available, and then we also have the campus police. So 911 is very, very effective, and it's not just for any medical emergency or something really emergency. We also provide students with apps on their phone, like they're stuck in the library because they were studying, they didn't realize the time, and it's about 1 in the morning and you're scared to walk to your residence. You just need to put it on the app and somebody will come pick you up from the library and drop you at your residence. So we make sure that they are provided with every possible need. But I would always, this is my advice to all students, that you have to ask for help. Nobody will volunteer it for you. You need to tell them that I'm not feeling well, or I need help in this area, I'm struggling with my academics. Then they'll find you a teaching associate for classes. We also have something called the living and learning communities, which are basically residences where tuition is provided for free. I'm using the word tuition because we as Indians can relate to that term very easily, but basically it's either a senior or a teaching associate providing you with academic support after classes. So literally we try to check all the boxes when it comes to the wellness of a child.
Great, great. Priyanka, do you want to add something to it?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So while Sita covered most of the facilities that we do have at York as well, whether it's campus support or the dorms at the dormitories and security for students if they feel a little bit vulnerable at any point in time. In addition, we also offer a specific international student and scholar services, which is called the ISSS. Now, this ranges from your initial orientation onto the campus, helping them get familiar with where their classes are, understanding which are the courses that are best fit for them, so academic advising. There are numerous workshops that are conducted as well so that students can get oriented into the new format of learning because it's a drastic change and a shift from what they're familiar with here in India or in any other international country as well. We also offer academic support in terms of tutoring, writing assistance, and have a special SDS cell, which helps students with any mental health challenges, any physical disabilities, or any special needs that they may have. So we look at them as a special case circumstance where we first identify what are the needs that the student has, what would be the academic assistance or their assistance while living on campus that they may require, and of course provide them support in that arena. Most importantly, York is also very, very popular about their cultural integration. So they try to create an environment which is a home away from home. There are a lot of different activities, events, and celebration. Like there is Ganesh Chaturthi that's celebrated on campus. We have a Dandiya and Garba night that happens as well. So despite students moving away from home, they have an environment where they can feel their community and also can engage in and become a part of a lot of social and cultural programs.
Great, great. We got a couple of questions. Akshay is asking, can we combine different fields like tech, management, and design under a single course? I think, yeah, I think both your places you have it. Sita?
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely. Not you, Sita?
Um, No, at University of Waterloo, our engineering faculty is a very unique faculty. I don't know how much students in the audience are aware of our co-op program, which is basically the option to work while you study, like alternate study and work terms. So students start working from their first year onwards. So you cannot start your degree saying, I want to do mechanical engineering, finish one term of work for a mechanical engineering company, and then second term you say that I want to do software engineering. You can't. So you cannot switch your engineering major, and because it's a very cohort based system and it is one of the top engineering schools of Canada, we have a very regimented program. So across your 4 years of education, you only have three electives in at Waterloo. So engineering is the only faculty where you cannot mix and match any other programs because it doesn't allow that. Other faculties, yes, you can do, but we always tell students that if you're going to pick programs which are cross faculty, like one in faculty of math and the other in faculty of art, the overlap will be very minimal, which means you will spend more time on campus, you might have to pay more fees. So you need to be aware of this, and before you accept any majors or minors, you will have to talk to your course counselors to see if you can take the course load, because we want to make sure that you succeed on campus, and so it becomes very important for us to see that you will be able to deal with that extra pressure. But for engineering it's not allowed, so you can't say I want to do mechanical engineering with music. Sorry, not allowed.
okay, great. So, Simarpreet is asking, I want to know if you can offer a master's program after 5 years of gap from graduation. Also, does the job market look there? Also, given that students look for professional stability. Oh, she's asking about job market also. What she's saying, after 5 year of gap from graduation, I don't know if one has. Simarpreet, if you're there on the call, you can just also say if one has worked. If you have worked, it's all the more better. But if maybe I'm assuming that one has not worked and it's just a gap, then how do we look at it? Priyanka, any comments?
We do have 1 year programs where we do allow students, even with gaps after their education, to join in as long as they meet the eligibility criteria for the program. Now, if you're looking at the 2 year full time MBA program or a specific master's program, we would require the 16 years of education. or 15 years plus a minimum of 1 year relevant work experience. So we are accepting students with gaps after their graduation, but they need to have a relevant reason and a valid explanation as to why they have such a long gap. But we definitely are open to students with gaps after their education to apply for a master's program as well.
Great, great. Also, Sita, if you can address this, Nidhi is asking, what can applicants do if their visa gets rejected? So, is there a like
You
re-appeal?
it yeah,
It's
you
a
can
separate.
apply again. You need to maybe look at the reason why they have rejected it, and there are a lot of students who reapply and get it, so that won't be a problem. Unless
Okay,
you
great,
really don't want to reapply because, I mean, it's human to get fed up of the whole system and say, I don't want to go, that's allowed. But if you want to reapply, you can always reapply.
great. So, I
And if
think let's yeah, yeah,
Yes,
Priyanka.
sir. I was just saying that if their visa does get rejected and they have got an acceptance from the university, they can always try for a deferral to the next intake so that they don't miss out on the opportunity with the university and just move their session to the next intake.
Okay. This is for both of you, and we can take it one by one. Indian students really ask a lot about scholarships. So, what kind of scholarships, grants, or how can they plan their education journey, and maybe take a part in earning also. So, if you can address scholarships and earning, that'll be great. So, Sita, if you can share your comments, and then Priyanka.
So it depends on how much of scholarship you're looking and how important scholarships are for a student applying. University of Waterloo does offer scholarships, which are a direct scholarship based on your merit, which will be from 1,000 to 5,000 Canadian dollars, which is a one-time scholarship, and it's called the President's Enter- Entrance Scholarship. Then we also have faculty-based scholarships, which go from 1,000 to $40,000, which are again, they'll have some application for that. You need to complete certain requirements, and then you can be awarded, depending on the faculty you're applying for, anywhere between 1,000 to $40,000. But what I want to highlight here is we don't have need-based scholarship. So no financial aid, only merit scholarships, which are a maximum of $40,000. And you have to be a very, very meritorious student. But how we try to compensate for the inavailability of scholarship is by offering co-op, which I mentioned. So students do have the option of earning anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 per co-op term, and you can do a maximum of 6 co-op terms. So you can do the math that you can earn some money to offset your expenses. But again, fair warning here that don't totally rely on co-op earnings and scholarships if you are in a spot where you're financially, you require some assistance. I would say that then look for a university that is affordable and that matches your budget, because we cannot be budgeting based on what scholarships you get. We do have scholarships for upper years as well, but what you have to understand is that when you are going as a freshman, you are the top student in your cohort. But when you go and become a upper year student, you are sitting in a classroom where everybody is a topper from their own institutions, their own countries. So you are competing with peers who are as good as you, and we have a relative grading which is like a bell curve system. So at that point, for you to get a 90% and get a scholarship is next to impossible. In my 8 years with Waterloo, I've never seen a student get a scholarship in their upper years. So yes, I mean, simply answering yes, scholarships are available, but not a major part of what your actual expense will be.
Fair enough. Even when we interact with students, so one thing consistently comes up, uh, like what kind of support student-led research projects get. So specifically, typically I'm asking more for science students, tech students, and also one of my student who intends to work in fintech. So he also checked it that what kind of student-led research project, what kind of initiatives or support is available, and also incubation centers. to help students start their own thing. So Priyanka and then Sita.
Absolutely. So we really encourage research. Like I said, we're a public funded research institution, and that is one of the foundations that we encourage students to apply on as well. York University definitely encourages students to have student led researches where they can work with faculty, they can take on various initiatives and we also have a specific cell, which is called the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program, or the UROP, which provides funding and support to individual and independent research scholars who are working at the campus, along with any other startup ventures that they may have or ideas that they may like to collaborate with, whether they're seniors, whether faculty, and get it started from the York campus. Other than that, there are a lot of research clubs and societies that we have where those are student oriented programs and platforms where they can engage in research led activities, collaborate together, reach out to various companies that come onto campus and invite funding from them, and set up a platform for any entrepreneurial or research based ideas that they may have.
Great, great, great. So I would say I think we have been speaking now for almost 45 minutes, and it's about time. And so Sita, one last parting thought you would like to share with the audience if they're looking at Canada, if they're looking at University of Waterloo, how they should plan out, any important thing they should take care of.
I would say that if they're looking at Canada and University of Waterloo, or even for that matter, York, Canada is a very academics focused country where a lot of importance is given to how you have been doing academically right from high school onwards. Like even some universities will ask your records from grade 9. So if you're planning Canada, then make sure you study hard and get a lot of very good grades, because your admission, your scholarships, everything will depend on your grades. I think that's the only thing you need to be focused upon. Once you have the grades, then your chances of admission improve, your chances of scholarship improve. And the second thing, like I said, is that you will be moving out of your comfort zone, or your protected area, into the real world. So you need to be more outgoing. Not everybody is an extrovert. You can be shy, but still make your own inner circle of people you rely on, whether it's your parents, your siblings, your friends, or somebody who's your mentor on campus, someone whom you can reach out to in case you need help, because that part of the country, nobody's going to come and ask you, are you in trouble, or are you feeling low or something. So that is the second thing. And the third thing is that once you go on campus, remember, like I said, your peers are all going to be exceptionally good at academics. So if you do get like a 70% or a 60%, don't get disheartened and don't get depressed, because you're still a genius. Because in that environment, to still get those kind of grades is a huge thing. So if there are parents here also, I would always say that please support your child. Whatever grades they get, they are working very hard, and it's a difficult time to be alone to for the first time and manage things like the weather, generally everything around you. So don't get disheartened and always chin up, and you will do well in life.
Great, great. Priyanka, what would you like to say to the students?
Absolutely. I mean, thank you. It is a time where you're making decisions. The best thing you can do is research, research, research. Ask as many questions as you want. No questions are silly and no questions are ridiculous, because at the end of the day, we're here to help you and support you. It is a change of setting. It makes you an independent individual moving out of your home. So you have to be mentally prepped to know what you're getting into. And of course, if, like Sita said, find the right support system around you. Once you do that, everyone around you, whether on campus or off campus, is here to support you and help you. And whatever else you hear, make sure you're validating whether they're rumors or they're true. Reach out to the right individuals. And like I said, ask the right questions so that you get the right answers and can be prepared for the next steps of your journey ahead.
Great, great. So it was wonderful having both of you. I would like to thank Priyanka and Sita for joining in. And I think we've covered a a lot of aspects regarding Canada, regarding your individual universities, and generally how the international scenario is. I really appreciate uh, the way in detail both of you have contributed, and I look forward to having more interactions with the students in offline and online settings. So I would like to thank both of you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And students, I
Thank
wish
you.
you all the best. International education is like an adventure, which a lot of you are thinking of. Some people have already embarked on it, and it is very exciting. On the other hand, you have to be careful also. So there's a balancing act you need to do, and then definitely you'll be successful. With this, I wish all the students and parents all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.